everyone. I am sick, so you'll have to excuse my voice or lack thereof. Today I'm doing a video with my friend Susan from Ready Jett Glow. I thought that I would like to do a collab with somebody I haven't done a collab with before, and she and I have never done a video, but I really enjoy her content and I enjoy her as a person. So I already mentioned Susan in my influencer recommendation video, but she does a lot of project panning. She has like monthly favorites and monthly makeup baskets, that sort of thing. And if you enjoy that, then I think you will really enjoy her. So I had the idea of doing a video about brands that are really good in one aspect but maybe not so good in another. Maybe they put out a lot of one type of cosmetic and they have nothing in another area. So we kind of came up with the idea to have a certain limit of brands we can talk about. That way the video doesn't get too long. And we kind of talked a little bit about brands ahead of time, so we had an understanding of what the video was going to be about. I'm going to have her video and her channel linked below, and I'm going to try not to talk too long so as to not wear out my voice, because this is the first day where I'm able to talk even a little bit, and it's still, you know, not that great. So, and I'm sorry if I'm like really fuzzy and foggy. Obviously my mind is not the best. And I did film this makeup look. It's for another collaboration I'm doing. So I want to start with, I'm just going to go alphabetically. Anastasia Beverly Hills. I feel like they excel most in their powder products, so eyeshadows and highlighters especially. They are well known to put out powder palettes, eyeshadow palettes, highlighter palettes. They do have some single highlighters. Mostly they're in palette form, 4 to 6 pans. And eyeshadow palettes, again, they do have palettes, and they have singles that you can buy and put into your own palette. They have a lot of different colors, they have a lot of different formulas, and they're meant to work on many different skin tones. They are well known for their eyeshadows and highlights to be a very good formula in both. Although highlights, again, it kind of depends on what kind of formula you like. If you like a really subtle highlight, their formula probably isn't for you. But overall, I feel like a lot of people enjoy their eyeshadows and highlighters. Where I feel like they're really lacking is in eyeliner and mascara. They don't really have a lot of that. So eyeliner, I feel like they have maybe a little bit of gel eyeliner. Even then, they're limited in colors. They don't really have a lot of liquid eyeliner, which I feel is a bit strange for this brand, because when you see the type of influencers they promote and the eyeshadow looks that they do, winged liner is something that's usually a big part of that. And I feel like having a range of liquid liners, maybe in a variety of colors, would be something that fits in here. And mascaras, I'm not even sure if they have a mascara. I know they have an eyebrow mascara, but I don't think that they have an actual eye mascara. I could be wrong. So again, something that would fit in well with the brand. I feel like every brand should have at least one. Next brand is Annabelle Cosmetics. This is a Canadian brand. As far as I know, it is not sold outside of Canada at this point. And I'm quite familiar with Annabelle, having grown up with the brand, and I feel that they excel particularly in their eyeliner and lipstick range. Their eyeliners are really good. They have a huge variety of pencil liner and liquid liner. And their liquid liner doesn't just come in black and brown. It comes in a lot of interesting colors, including a white, which is not something that everybody has. And their white works a little bit better than some white eyeliners do. They do have felt tips as well as brush tips. And they have even like metallic colors, which is really cool. Pencil eyeliners, you know, they come in every color that you can think of. Again, metallic and matte. Lipsticks, they have a whole bunch. They have them in stick form as well as glosses and liquid lipsticks. So they basically have everything you would ever need there. Where they really, really need to work is complexion products. So concealers, they only have 3 concealers and 3 correction shades. Their concealer range is abysmal. So 3 shades obviously is not good for anyone. And the shade depth doesn't really go beyond my mom, who's probably around an NC 25 at the most. And foundations, they used to sell foundation and they don't anymore. I don't know if they're ever planning to again, but I can't remember what their foundation range looked like, but it probably wasn't good. So that's definitely something that they need to improve on. Canada has more than white people living here. Becca Cosmetics. This is another brand that is basically exclusively known for their powder products, in particular their highlighters. People like to call them the flying saucers because they look like little flying saucers, the little pans they come in. Very cute, they're very pretty, and they come in a wide variety of shades, not just for white people like me. They come in like a huge spectrum of both sort of traditional colors and non-traditional colors, although I would say that some of their duochrome colors have kind of left the building. They had a range of like pearl flashes, gold, or whatever. I can't remember their exact name, but I think that they've kind of gone now. They went on sale and then they're gone. But their basic range of highlighters is always around and they're always adding to it. They have a great range and people, generally speaking, tend to love them. Where they really lack, I feel, is in eyeshadows. It seems like every time they try to do an eyeshadow palette, people don't respond very well to it. They have done a Jaclyn Hill eyeshadow palette, which was sent out to influencers and PR, and some people really liked it and some people really hated it because it seems like they were getting different formulas. And eventually, I believe they actually recalled the palette. It was taken off shelves, which is never a good sign. They came out with an eyeshadow palette last year, which was a big round palette, lots of wasted space on the inside. And it looked like just mini sizes of their highlighters. And it went on sale within maybe 2 weeks, which again, never a good sign to go on sale that quickly. So I think maybe they only have 1 or 2 permanent palettes in their collection right now. They're very, in my eyes, basic palettes, which nothing wrong with that, but I feel like they have a lot of room to add new palettes to their collection in different shades and hopefully with a strong formula. Bite Beauty has lip products out the wazoo. They have their Amuse Bouche formula. That's probably what they start with, and it has over 30 shades now, I believe, and that's another one. They tend to keep adding to it. Sometimes there's special collections. I think they're limited edition and then they kind of move on. They have their astrology collection currently. They have their multi-sticks, which can be used in a number of different ways, so eyes, lips, and cheeks. And they do have matte lip pencils and lip glosses. That's all they have, though. They only have lip products at this point. So I think that's fine to have a niche. I feel like if you're good at something, you should stick with it. But I think that it would be cool for them to have something new at this point. I feel like we know now that they're good at lip products. It would be nice to see them do something else. So I was thinking maybe the next thing they could come out with is blushes. They have multi-sticks that work as blushes. Maybe they could move on to powder blushes and powder highlights, because some of these double as highlights as well. Some of their shades that have sort of a duochrome formula. So yeah, it would be nice to see maybe some powder formulas from them. Or hey, they have stick formulas. Maybe they could come out with a stick foundation. That would be cool too. And because they are a clean beauty brand, you know that whatever is going into their products is not going to be as bad for you as some other brands out there. Cover FX is a brand that is, unlike a lot of other brands out there, really good at foundation and concealer. So they tend to have about 40 shades in all of their products, from concealer to foundation to powder, and in a multitude of different undertones. So I'd like to see them come out with maybe some lipsticks. I've never seen them do lip products. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they did at some point. But I've never seen it. So I was thinking, yeah, maybe that's one area they could start to dabble in. I think that they could potentially do lip products very well, because they do have the knowledge of skin tones. Sometimes people don't cater to skin tones well when doing, like, say, nude lipsticks. They don't have the right amount of tones for every skin tone. Nude lipsticks aren't a one size fits all. So I think maybe Cover FX could be good at that. Essence, drugstore brand, very affordable, very good at mascaras. They have a whole bunch of them at this point. They just keep coming out with more and more. Some of them are the natural bristle ones, some of them are plastic ones, and they seem to be very good at that. I've been using their Lash Princess Sculpted Volume Mascara for quite a few months now. I really enjoy that one. I understand that's not even the best one from their Lash Princess line, but I really like it. Now, I think that they definitely need to come out with concealer and foundation. They don't sell whatever concealers and foundations they already have here in Canada. At least I've never seen them. That's not to say that maybe they aren't somewhere. They've just never been out at the Shoppers Drug Marts I go to. But the ones that they have in other parts of the world, especially Europe, that's where they tend to put out all their things, because they are a European brand. Again, the shade ranges, very bad. They range from about 3 shades up to maybe 9, 10, and very, very light beige. There's not a lot to offer there for people who aren't, you know, maybe NC30, NC35 at the most. So they need to work on that. They need to come up with more formulas. They need to broaden their ranges and undertones for more people, especially because they are such an affordable brand. They have a huge opportunity to come out with a nice big shade range that a lot of people would be able to afford. You know, not everybody can afford, even like L'Oreal is expensive in a lot of places. So having a foundation that's, say, under $10 and comes in at least 20 shades would be excellent. And not just 20 shades of beige. Clionadh, another Canadian brand. There's been a few Canadian brands on this list. I told Susan I was going to do this. They excel a lot in powder products, period. They have loose and pressed powder products, but where I see them excelling the most is in eyeshadows and blushes. They have, so like I said, loose mineral products and then pressed products. And their eyeshadows seem to, they seem to keep adding quite consistently to their eyeshadow collection, both in the pressed and loose mineral areas. So they have a lot of shades to offer at this point. I can't even think how many shades they're up to now. Their blushes, I feel like they may not have as many shades as some other brands, but what they have runs a pretty good spectrum from very pale to quite deep. And the tones of them run, again, quite a nice variety from very cool and pink to more warm red, some oranges, some peaches. So they've done a good job there. Now, again, where they lack complexion, concealer, they have 4 shades of concealer, both in their stick and liquid form. I don't know why. I do know why. Of course I know why. But it's like, Canada. You're in Canada. How many faces are you seeing daily that you think that there's only 4 shades that you need to accommodate everybody? It's just not good. And their foundations, they have more shades than 4. They do go from fairly light to fairly deep, but there's a lot of gaps in the middle. So again, that could be fixed too, but where I think they need to spend the most time first is on their concealer, because you might be able to find a shade in their foundation, one of their foundation lines. Yeah, there's a 99% chance you won't find a concealer. Stila, now they are really well known now for their liquid glitter eyeshadows. They were probably one of the first brands to do this. Urban Decay does have glitter liners, liquid glitter liners that people use all over their eyes as an eyeshadow, but they're not really the same as what Stila has put out. And Stila has come out with a lot of colors, and they keep adding to it. They have mini sizes, they have full sizes, they have sets, and you know, people really like them for the most part. Some people have trouble with them, but a lot of people like them. I really like them. I haven't found anything yet that's comparable to them. The Stila as a brand, though, is kind of weird. I feel like they're pretty boring otherwise. They do have liquid lipsticks. They have a couple of shades of eyeliner. They have, I guess, a couple of mascaras. They haven't really released, I feel like, new products outside of their liquid glitters. You know, like, that's their focus. They don't really care about the other products in their line. So, I mean, it would be great if they started focusing on everything else in their product line, to be honest. But I think one area in particular where I would like to see them start focusing is eyeshadow palettes, because they have had success with their Eyes Are the Window to the Soul palettes. People tend to like those, but they haven't had a new one in quite some time. And yeah, like, here's the thing, like, people tend to like their other products, but Stila just doesn't seem to care. It's like, no, people like the liquid glitters. We're just gonna keep pushing out the liquid glitters. Yeah, we have one foundation. Yeah, we have one kind of eyeliner. Yeah, we have liquid lipstick, but we're not gonna focus on perfecting or putting out new colors in any of those. It's just, we're the liquid glitter factory now. So, yeah, I don't really understand that. And so you have a lot of people complimenting you on your eyeshadow formula, but you're not doing anything. They have single eyeshadows, or at least they did. Now it seems like they only have Kitten Karma. I don't know what happened to all of their other single eyeshadows, if they discontinued them and just kept Kitten Karma, or if that's only what's available on Sephora, because that's all I can see on Sephora. So I feel like eyeshadow, they need to focus on eyeshadow again, not glitter eyeshadow, just eyeshadow. Urban Decay has a huge variety of lipsticks. They have over 100 lipsticks at this point. That's huge. They also have a ton of eyeshadows, a ton of single eyeshadows and palettes. But I don't see that they have a ton of powder face products. They don't have a lot of blushes or highlights or bronzers. So this is one area that I feel could be improved upon. They have, I don't know, they have maybe like 4 highlighters, 4 blushes, 4 bronzers each. And that's never an area that's ever going to be unpopular. People are always looking for blush, bronzer, and highlight. So you come out with more of those in a bunch of different shades and undertones, and people are always going to buy them. So yeah, I've seen a lot of people say that they like these things. They, in particular, they like the blushes and they like the highlights, but there's not a lot there to choose from. So I feel like they have every color of lipstick under the sun now. You can't possibly come out with a new color at this point. There's only so many colors. You can't invent new colors, really. So focus on something in your product line that doesn't have as many colors and go from there. And those are all the brands I wanted to talk about today. I have to go before my voice gives out. It's getting very squeaky. It was squeaky to begin with. I hope that this video came off the way I wanted it to. My brain, it no work today. It's not working. So please check out Susan's video. It will be linked below. I always link everything below. If you don't check there, you should. I post Mondays and Fridays here on this channel in the afternoons Eastern time. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye everyone.